Welcome to the first episode of the Senior Beat. Today we're joined by Fordham University pitching commit Nolan Hughes. As a four-year varsity player, Hughes has been a three-time Patriot League All-Star, all-scholastic athlete, 2019 preseason All-American honorable mention, and was recently named to the 2020 preseason All-Regional team. These accomplishments have all come before what would have been Nolan Hughes' senior year. So, hey. First question that we have for you. What was the recruitment process like for a highly sought-after D1 prospect, kind of like yourself?
The recruitment process was very hectic. It was exciting, but it was pretty stressful at the same time. There was a lot of people, contacting me, various schools. I feel like I had phone calls every single day. So it was hard to keep track at times, but, it was also exciting. So I guess it was a pretty good experience.
All right.
I'm grateful for all that stuff.
All right. Well, maybe not everyone knows this, but like you originally were committed to Bryant. So what led you to your decision to commit to Bryant?
What I saw through Bryant was I thought it was a really good baseball opportunity because, the coaches really seemed to be invested in me and they seemed to like me a lot. And also academically, I thought it was a place that I could thrive and, it was a local school. So I thought it'd be cool to stay local. And yeah.
All right, so not many athletes are put in the position to have to decommit. What led to your decision to decommit from Bryant and instead go to Fordham?
So as far as Bryant goes, the reason I decommitted was because all the coaches that had recruited me there, they ended up leaving for a new job at Rutgers University. And so everyone who recruited me there was gone. So I basically didn't really have any scholarship anymore. I didn't have any opportunity to go to Bryant anymore. So I figured I'd go out there, see what other options I got. And then I had a few offers, but I just eventually decided on Fordham University.
What really led to your decision to commit to Fordham after going back through the recruiting process? Was there any one thing, or was it more of a joint decision?
Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. Someone was calling. All right, can you repeat the question, please?
So after you went back through the recruiting process the second time after decommitting from Bryant, was there a one specific factor? Or what really led to you going to Fordham?
I thought Fordham really kind of stood out as the golden egg, so to say. I thought academically it was kind of a step up from Bryant, just for me personally. I also thought that was a place that I could thrive. And I thought, the location being in New York, I thought that was a really cool, unique opportunity for me. Not a lot of people get to experience, going to New York from around here. And I thought baseball-wise, the program is a really good program. They won the Atlantic 10 Conference last year, so I thought that was really cool. And the coaches seem to be really invested in the program. They seem to really care about each individual player. And I feel like I'm a part of the family already, and I can't wait to see what I have in store for that.
All right. Well, during your recruiting process, either one, the first one or the second one, who was there a person or people that had the biggest impact in helping you along the way?
Yeah, I definitely say my dad was the biggest helper for me. My dad was always there for me throughout everything. He helped me, organize all these coaches trying to contact me. He was driving me to games, telling me to keep my head up when things weren't going right, and also telling me to just keep my head on straight and stay focused on the goal, and that's to go Division I and get a scholarship. And he's been there throughout everything, and so I'm just really appreciative of my father.
Was there any one specific coach at any point in your life who helped you to go D1 and get a scholarship?
Yeah, I'd say my high school coach, Coach Tachi. He took a chance on me freshman year. He just saw something in me that I hadn't seen yet, and I ended up thriving at the high school level. And so he gave me an opportunity to succeed. and he also went out of his way to help me and talk to coaches and, talk highly of me. And so, I'd say he was probably the coach that had the biggest impact for me personally.
What do you think, like, going into your freshman year at Fordham, next spring? What are your expectations?
My expectations are that, I'm a freshman, so I don't really know what to expect completely. I just know that what I'm going to do is I'm going to work hard and do whatever I can do to contribute to helping the team and hopefully, thriving in the classroom as well.
Sure.
All right. Well, as of today, these are early stages, but like, how are you feeling about your senior season being canceled? Do you think that, or how is that affecting you personally?
It sucks that the season got canceled, but I know there's bigger things going on right now that's way more important than baseball. But, it isn't really the way I envisioned my high school career to end. I wish it could have ended better, but, stuff happens, unfortunately. I just hope that all this coronavirus stuff gets solved as soon as possible.
How do you think that players who lost their senior season who are going D1 will be affected at the college level? Do you think they will be affected?
I'm not really going to speak for anybody else, but I know for myself, I'm going to continue to put the work in. I have a lifting schedule and a throwing schedule that I'm just going to stick to, and I'm just going to stay focused every day on, getting in the best position I could be to succeed at Fordham.
Sure. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. The last question that we have for
Wait,
you.
Bosie, I got one more. So, do you think seniors at Fordham that will be returning next year because of their added year of eligibility will affect your role in the team?
I'm not really sure. I don't know who's coming back, who's not coming back. There's still a lot of unknowns out there as far as that goes, but I'm just hoping I can contribute, and I'm hoping, the older guys on the team will make me feel welcome.
Sure. All right. The last question that we had for you is, like, if you could, is there one player in the MLB that, growing up watching that has, like, affected your game that you would want advice from, or someone like that?
Yeah, I'd say, my favorite player growing up watching was John Lester. He used to pitch for the Red Sox. He's pitched on a few different teams. I think he's currently with the Cubs. He's a left-handed pitcher just like myself, about the same size. And just watching him pitch, his mechanics are really, really perfect and smooth. And so I remember watching Red Sox games, seeing Lester on the screen. I'd try and, imitate what he was doing and, try and, match his mechanics almost. And I just like his tempo. He's kind of calm, cool, and collected. I like to be like that too when I'm on the mound. And so throughout all these years, he's always been my favorite player, and I've been following him every year.
Great, man. It's been great to have you.
Yes, and that just about wraps up tonight's interview with Fordham commit Nolan Hughes. Thank you, Nolan, for taking time to talk with us, and thank you to all our listeners. Sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and like us on Facebook. If you know someone who should be featured in one of our episodes, be sure to contact us and try and set it up. See you guys.
Yep. Thank you for having me.